Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. And our next case is cause number 327868. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Rebecca Lynn Eichmann. We have Ms. Eichmann appearing via Zoom. Ms. Eichmann, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, and you?
Thanks for asking. Ms. Eichmann, you're represented in your case by your attorney Joe Vasquez. Attorney Vasquez,
Yes.
also appearing via Zoom. Attorney Vasquez, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks. Attorney Vasquez, what is your announcement in Ms. Eichmann's case?
Judge, if the court would allow us 60 days, I think this is something we can get worked out.
Okay, give us
How long?
60 days. You said May 18 or May 25th, which date would you prefer?
The 25th, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Eichmann, your case will be reset to May 25th of 2022. Your attorney will be
Okay.
notice of your reset. Stay in contact with your attorney. This will conclude your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
All right.
And Ms.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And Attorney Vasquez, I think this is your only case. So your notice will be sent to you. You're free to go as well. You have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
You're welcome. Mr. Love, would you come forward?
I wasn't sure if I was going
Court is in session and calls number 323-942. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Joseph Lee Love. We have Mr. Love, who is present. Mr. Love, is that your full name? Mr. Love, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Love, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Mr. Love, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Love? That's good. Now, Mr. Love, your attorney of record is attorney Terrence Allison. However, Mr. Allison is not here, and standing in for Mr. Allison is attorney Merivius Allen. Does Mr. Allen, does attorney Allen have your permission to stand in for attorney Terrence Allison?
Yes.
Okay. Attorney Allen, how are you doing?
Good, how are you, Your Honor?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Love, I have before me an information that has been filed by the district attorney's office. And this information alleges that on or about, y'all have to be quiet. On or about March, she's taking a record. On or about March 15th of 2019, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 2A. Mr. Love, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
And to discharge, Mr. Love, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Love, I have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Love, there are a set of initials JL on a line next to a box that is checked guilty. Are these your initials?
Yes.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Mr. Love, did you place your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, Mr. Love, that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that is titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? The second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that? Mr. Love, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that is titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Love, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Allen, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Love, are you a US citizen?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections, Mr. Allen?
Defense has no objections.
No objections. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Allen, you have advised that counsel, Mr. Love, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Love, your attorney, Mr. Allen, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Love, I will accept your plea of guilty I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of guilty and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement is for 7 days, time served with court costs to be taxed and retired.
Ms. Love, the state is offering that you serve 7 days in the Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail for this case because you've already served 7 days in jail. Therefore, you will be given credit for time served. The court cost in this case is $352, but you will not have to pay the $352 because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Mr. Love, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes,
And do you accept the state's offer?
yes.
And just for the record, Mr. Love, Attorney Terrence Allison has advised and counseled you as well. Is that correct? And are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Okay. Mr. Love, I will follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Love, you're gonna stand on the X next to Attorney Allen, and you're gonna follow the directions of the clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. You're welcome. Duck fam. Court is in session in cause number 326006. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Duck fam. Mr. Pham, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pham, how are you doing?
Good, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Pham, you're here represented by your attorney Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, how you doing?
No good, sir.
Attorney Adams, what's your announcement in Mr. Pham's case?
Trial.
Okay. Get a reset. Thank you, good. What date?
May 16th.
Okay. Mr. Pham, your case will be set for trial May 16th of 2022. Your attorney is going to sign for your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Please stand on the X next to your attorney. And Mr. Adams, this is your last case?
That's it.
Yeah, okay, you're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir.
You are.